guys, it's Christina, and I am so excited to be joined by Maria Menounos. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. So you are in town for something that I know is very special and near and dear to your heart. It is National Nurses Month. So tell me all about it.
Well, we're here launching the Johnson & Johnson Nurses Innovate Quickfire Challenge today, where we're encouraging nurses to come to the table with their amazing ideas and submitting them to nursing.jnj.com, where a panel of judges will judge them and hopefully find multiple amazing ideas that Johnson & Johnson can help flourish into fruition.
I love that. That's fantastic. And I know that you probably made such special connections with your nurses, you know, everything that you've gone through, so I'm sure this is very special to you.
It really is. It's a really great partnership because my nurses were unbelievable and so integral to my journey back to health. And I remember crying when I had to leave them.
Really?
I was like, I've never been treated better in my entire life. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yes, you guys are the best. And so I had an entire radio show I devoted to them, to two of my main nurses who were with me all the way through. And you know, they help in every way, big and small. And, you know, I think it's amazing that Johnson & Johnson wants to help develop their ideas. And, you know, when you think about the fact that nurses have invented so many important things, whether it was the crash cart or a nurse was actually the one who discovered that a child with jaundice could be healed with sunlight.
Interesting.
And so they're on the front lines. They're on the ground. They see what our needs are in the hospital. So they're the ones who probably have so many ideas in their heads that have fallen on deaf ears, perhaps if they have pitched them, or don't have the time to develop them because we're all working harder than ever. And I'm just excited to see what's going to come of it. I love the idea that Johnson & Johnson isn't taking anything, so it's not like your billion-dollar idea is now going to be stolen by, you know, anybody. They just want to help develop it and nourish it and give it the win that it needs, which is exciting.
I think that's fantastic.
So I laugh. I was like, the nurse's life could change, and millions of other people's lives can change at the same time.
No, you're so right, because nurses are at your bedside 24/7, so they're seeing everything that's going on. So I'm sure they have constantly, the wheels are turning all the time.
Yeah, and it's important to empower them to you know, bring these ideas forth and to say that, you know, we know that you matter and your ideas are important and that you're the ones that are on the ground that know what's needed.
Sure, yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm great, thank you.
Yeah, feeling good?
Yeah.
How has this whole journey changed you and shaped how you are today?
It's changed a lot. I mean, I wouldn't be leaving for a second wedding or a honeymoon right now under normal circumstances before a tumor. I wouldn't be, you know, now anybody's like, you want to go on a trip? You want to do this? You want to do that? I'm like, yes, yes,
Where are we going?
Let's do everything fun.
Sure, yeah.
Whereas before I'm like, no, I got to work, and I got to work more and more and more. So I think that my perspective on life has changed. I feel like I've gone from being a human doing to a human being.
Yeah.
And I have a lot more self-compassion. And yeah, I just think that my priorities are much more in balance, and I'm finding a better balance. Like first, like the pendulum went like, no work, I don't want to do anything, which at the time was important. Now I'm like, okay, no, I'll
ease back in,
bring in work that's important to me, that matters to me, that makes me feel good, and you know, we'll just take it baby steps.
Sure. And I know you said before, when you decided to take a step back from work, it almost was like a freeing experience to you.
Yeah, when you surrender, it's amazing. You know, I was such a kind of type A, want to be in control of everything situation, and or type of person, and then I kind of let go of the rope, and life got so much better.
Yeah. Just kind of all mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, people used to say it'll all work out. I'm like, that's the worst thing you could tell people. You gotta make it work. I was that kind of person, and now I'm like, yeah, it'll all work out.
Was it harder for you to let go, or easier than you thought it was going to be?
When you've gone through 2 brain surgeries in a couple of months, it's extremely easy to let go.
Yeah.
I didn't care anymore. I was like, nothing else matters.
Well, you have to focus on yourself.
Yeah. Like I say to people, it was not just my physical health, it's like the full health. And I talk about it on my Sirius XM show every day. It's your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. There's so much that you have to take into consideration, and most of us don't take any of it into consideration.
Right. I mean, what advice do you have for women or anybody that is just constantly on the go, and kind of put their self-care in the back seat?
Yeah, I think meditating is a really good first step because you need stillness in your life. That's why I end my show every day with be nice people, make good choices, and be present. So being present and being still is so important because the universe is talking to you, right? Messages are coming through, you're just not hearing them. You know what you need to do in life, or you know the choices you need to make. But we're not present enough and we're not still enough to hear them. And so I think that being still is such a game changer in life. And I think that meditation is a great way to kind of get yourself to be still and be present, and you're able to make better decisions, and you quiet your mind. I had a brain specialist on my show recently, and he talked about the fact that we all work so hard now to take care of our bodies. We'll go to the gym, we'll eat better, hopefully. We'll sleep some amount, at least. But we never treat our brains well. And it's such an important tool. It's going like crazy all the time. So you need to give your brain some breaks. Actually, Andy Puttycombe, the co-founder of Headspace, I was speaking to on my show recently, and he said the same thing. We've got to give our brains breaks.
Yeah, no, it's so important. Yeah, Natalie's saying, God truly blessed you. You look so happy and healthy.
Oh, thank you.
That is so great. I mean, what keeps you motivated now?
I feel like my motivation comes from the fact that I want to be an example. Like, I feel like anybody who's followed me and, whatever I've written in my books and things like that, it was so much about achieving and being great at everything and all of that. Now I'm like, okay, let's put less pressure on ourselves. Let's be still. Let's meditate. Let's go smell the flowers. Like last night we were walking through Central Park. I'm like, everybody stop. Everyone just look at the trees and breathe. And now close your eyes and let the air hit your, and they're like probably thinking I'm so fruity, but that's what I'm trying to get us to do. We're so addicted to our phones and we're so addicted to social media, and all those things are making us crazy and we don't even realize it.
No, it's so true. You have to be present. You have to be in the moment because there's so many things that are passing you by.
So important. Even that like amazing guy that you might have met if you had your head up.
Exactly. How's your mom feeling?
She's amazing, actually. We got great news on her tumor recently. It's shrunk down to the size of a crumb, so we're really happy.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
That is fantastic. Has this, I mean, there's been so many highs and so many lows. Has this brought your family so much closer together?
It has, but like, I'm not gonna lie, it's really tough. I don't want to paint this white picket fence story to anybody because it is really, really hard. And there are cognitive deficits that we have to deal with that are very difficult when you know your mom is someone and then there are things she just can't do anymore. Or you're like, wait, she doesn't understand this, or she doesn't remember this, or whatever. So, it's definitely a lot and it's hard, but I feel so blessed that she's with us over 2 years later and that her tumor's shrinking and we're headed in the right direction. And I pray that, she'll go into full remission and that the tumor will completely disappear and that we can regenerate her brain back to a great place. But it is not easy, and people out there are suffering so much.
I think that's so great because, as you said, so many people are suffering, and I'm sure so many people have reached out to you, to your mom, and say that, I'm going through the same thing. Thank you for being an inspiration, and that has to make you feel pretty amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, ever since I was recovering at home, I've been coaching people who have reached out to me on social media and stuff. I've been coaching them and their caretakers through brain surgery and through the process, and I keep telling them, you're not alone. Like, your frustration, I understand. Your stress, you're wanting to give up, your pains, like, I get all of it. You're not alone. When you see somebody who used to be an amazing chef and now they can't even turn on the stove, but they can carry a normal conversation, but so they're normal, but they're not. Like, you're like trying to figure it out. It's really, really hard with the brain.
Oh, sure, definitely.
And so I try to help as many people as I can because I know how painful it is and how difficult it is.
Yeah, definitely. Gloria is saying, thank you for this beautiful advice. You're such an inspiration. Like they were just saying. Yes. And you have a great support system. And Kevin, I know, congratulations.
Another amazing nurse.
Yes. You are still in the newlywed phase. How's that been going?
It's been amazing. I got the best husband ever.
Has marriage changed your relationship at all?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of fun with it. I mean, after 20 years, you know, we're really fun about like, you know, hi husband, or he'll be like, you know, my wife, she's always in the kitchen. Like he'll crack jokes with people. I'm like, he's so funny.
That is so great. And you guys are heading back to Greece for another ceremony, correct? Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna have another ceremony in the village that my dad's from.
That's
and
so nice.
So we're excited.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you have your dress? Do you have everything? You're
my
good
dress.
to go?
I have everything. I'm ready to go. It's going to be a wild journey. Trying to plan something internationally when your dad's running the show is a reality show.
Is dad a bridezilla?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes. No, my dad is crazy.
Really?
He'll call me in the morning like, Maria, your mother says that you're going to bring a horse to take you to the church. And I go, Dad, I'm not getting on a horse in my wedding gown. No, Maria, you gotta, the people, they gotta see you. And I'm like, Dad, the people are gonna see me. What are you talking about? I'm allergic to horses.
Are you really?
Or he'll call, Maria, there are gonna be 1,000 people there. I don't know what are we gonna do. Where are we gonna put the people? And I go, Dad, we only have food for 200. What's wrong with you? Maria, 1,000 people, they're gonna come. I'm like, oh my God. He can't say no to people.
Sure.
People pleaser. So I just have decided I'm gonna drink heavily to get through.
So I'm guessing it's a big wedding then.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to. I swear I have no idea what I'm going to.
I love that.
I just have decided by the time I land, I'm going to be nip queen. I'm going to have nips in my bag. And I'm just going to keep drinking.
Keep drinking.
Every time I hear something crazy.
I love that so much. So yes, expect the unexpected.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kevin's like, how long is this service going to be? And I go, well, in America, it would be like 3 hours. Apparently, this is going to be an hour. He's like, I need some stand-ins. I got audition stand-ins. And I'm like, I got him over here asking for stand-ins. I've got my dad inviting the entire country.
Oh my God, that's going to be
funny.
amazing. Are you guys honeymooning there? Or are you
a little bit? We're gonna do a few days there, and then we're gonna go to Italy, where he's from, because we've never been there. So I'm excited.
Oh, that's so great. Is it fun, like going on like new adventures with your husband now, or is it like same old thing?
We've never gone on adventures, so we'll see. This is our first adventure.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like Mexico people because it's quick and it's close, and usually we're working so hard we just want to veg on a beach and drink margaritas and you know, whatever. But this is our first time like sightseeing and stuff, and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure you guys travel very well together. So.
He's a nervous traveler.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. Thankfully, we're not flying together.
Oh, you're not? Oh, right. So, yeah, so separate. That'll be good. I know that you have talked about wanting to expand your family. Is that something that you hope to do once, you know, the wedding stuff kind of dies down?
Yeah, I was going to try to get it done before, or at least start the process, but then I realized I was taking on too much. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I get nervous as it gets closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes you nervous?
I don't know. I get nervous that it might tailspin me back into like that stressed kind of like type A mode that I was in before. So I get nervous because, you know, I feel like I'm trying to like run away from responsibilities a little bit, and I'm like, you know, being responsible for everybody's health care in my family has been more than enough. So I'm enjoying being free, and I'm like, really, is this a good idea right now? Maybe we need to put this on the back burner for a minute.
A little bit more.
So I feel like when we have some free time in Italy, like we'll be able to
kind of plan it out. I know you spoke to us about maybe exploring surrogacy. Yeah. Is that something that you definitely want to do?
Yeah, I have to. I have no choice, unfortunately. So I always wanted to be able to have one on my own, but my neurosurgeon, Dr. Black, said, nope.
I know you also said that you spoke to Kim Kardashian about surrogacy. What were some of the questions that you asked her?
Yeah, whenever you have a question, you go to Kim.
Yeah.
I was like, Kim, I need help.
Right.
And so she was amazing. I was like, thank you for doing all the research and the homework and making this so easy for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, she shared everything with me, and so it seems like it'll be a pretty simple process.
Definitely. What were some of the questions that you had?
Just like, who do you go to, and how does it work, and how long does it take to, you know, I've heard it takes up to a year to find somebody, and, you know, what were the things that were important to you, and what, you know, how do I handle this stuff? So she's amazing. She's such a good girlfriend, and so helpful, and just awesome. So I'm thankful to have her.
Do you want a boy or a girl, or does it not matter?
Well, I've heard that I should want a boy from all of my friends. Yeah, they said girls are like not.
A lot of my girlfriends that have boys, they say the same thing
and I'm
too.
Like, wait, what are we saying? It's like we're girls.
Right, I know.
I wasn't bad.
And then I think back and I'm like, I was pretty mean to my mom when I was a teenager.
No, so I don't know. I think I'll just say put whatever in, don't tell me.
Yes, definitely.
We'll see.
A surprise.
Yeah.
Do you ever miss, the big red carpets and things like that?
I still do them. I guess, I did the Oscars for Live with Kelly last year.
Sure.
I think that's like such a perfect fit for me because I really just enjoy having fun with people. And I love that crew and we have so much fun together.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Juliana being back at E!
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think that, she's a big name and she was the queen of E! for so long that I think it was a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know people always ask me this, but what was your favorite interview that you've ever done?
Favorite interview I've ever done? Probably the Obama family interview.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
That was a big one. Yeah.
Do you have any crazy behind-the-scenes stories of interviews and things like that?
Crazy behind the scenes. I mean, there's so many.
I know. I hate to put you on the spot.
Yeah. They're always fun, especially when you know somebody because you're like playing catch up. Like you have like, okay, you have 7 minutes with this person,
but
like 5 minutes of it, you're like, we need to find like a corner and talk. Like, oh my God, what's going on with this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Maria, thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck with your wedding. I'm so excited. And to learn more about Johnson & Johnson's Nurses Innovate campaign at nursing.jnj.com.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.